Hello friends and welcome back. Yeah, we're going to be painting a little today, hopefully. More drawing and getting the background done. After I finish up the sidewalk, I'm going to start out warming up on finishing up that from yesterday. And I know the sidewalk sounds so exciting, doesn't it? But we'll definitely at least get to outlining part of our background here in a bit. Before we get started, just a quick reminder, I still have the gift up for auction, and that one is being auctioned off for Valley Children's Hospital. So if you'd like to own that piece, or if you would like to donate to the hospital, the links for both the auction and the hospital's donation page will be in the description of this video. And if there's anything you'd be interested in seeing me paint on the channel, or any charities you'd be interested in seeing me paint for, I'd always be happy to hear about it. As well as anyone who would wish to make a commission on anything, please contact me directly for that. But I've eaten up enough of your time with our intro, so let's get to drawing, huh?
Why, I've had the time of my life, and I've never felt this way before. Oh yes, it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. Booms. The first thing I need to do is get my colors. I already got out the color pencils we used the other day. Kind of put them up there for now. I got my cool gray, but I want some other tones of gray too. You gotta be careful for these ones. Was it silver? Yeah, it looks cool. It's got freaking flakes. When you draw with it, it makes it really ugly. Make sure I got some black out. Yeah, I got some black out. Freaking silver again. Keeps coming back. Oh, here we go. Do you see what I see? Normal gray. Alright, sweet. We are in business. So, before we get too much into this today, I do have a minor request. Well, it's not really a minor request. See, one thing I lack at all is musical ability. And I've had this song stuck in my head all day. You remember who was that SoundCloud rapper? It was Little Something. Little SoundCloud, Little Gucci. They're all Little Something. Let's call him Little Gucci. He had that song where he's like, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Spent 3 racks on a new chain. Something, something propane, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Well, I've had stuck in my head all day, Pokemon, 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 Pokemon. Spent my racks on a Celadon game, trying to get Porygon make me insane. Pokemon, Pokemon, Pokemon. I'm currently replaying Crystal, and I just got to the game center, and I'm trying to get Blizzard, and oh, I gotta tell you, I've just been gambling for days straight. But if someone that had any musical ability or even AI just plug that into there for a second, turn that into a song, I'd be eternally grateful for that. If I could just hear it. See, because like when I get music stuck in my head, the way I get it out is I play it over and over and over and over until it doesn't get out, but I can play it so fast that it becomes a high-pitched ring and blends in with my tinnitus. And because it's something that exists in my head, I can't hear it. Well, I can hear it, but I can't play it. Better than Banana Phone. I actually like Banana Phone. I will not start subjecting you to Banana Phone. So what am I doing here? I'm just kind of going in these cracks, giving them a little bit of a grime, kind of working out. I believe I'm using normal gray. I want to test the black now, see how the black looks. I'm going to test over here. Yeah, that's another reason we do margins. So I'm going to go around actually all my lines with the black first. You want the grimiest at the source, right? You can kind of see how I'm making the line a bit fuzzier, I guess is a good way to define it. And we'll go up behind his boom. Shushka. Okay, now that we've done that, let's get back to bleeding some grays together, huh? I also want the ground, I'm realizing, to be dark around our Pokemon. So what I'm actually going to do is, much like the grime I just put on the sidewalk, I'm going to go around them a bit. I can never get this light enough that I'm not just casting shadow all over it. But yeah, I'm just going to lightly put a little line there. And you remember, well, if you were there, what we did with the onyx in the painting I made for Sarah. And that's going to kind of help him stand out. But noticed how I skipped over the top of the foot here too much. Because it is also a shadow effect. Because again, our light's coming from like right here, like someone's taking their picture. At least that's how I imagine it. And then once you get your lines, you just want to go kind of fill in where you see those white spots. Look at that. Look at that. Boom. Definitely makes our Raichu stand out a bit. Pikachu, you gotta be really careful. He's got this little tail segment. Again, drawing Pikachu tails is not the easiest thing. You know, I really prefer natural shapes, and Pikachu is not natural. Well, his tail is not naturally shaped, is what I mean. It's kind of helping with some of the color bleeding. Like I had some yellow over right there. You may have seen got covered up. That was bleeding over. Like I forgot to shadow back here. Boom. Just come over here. These boys. Another thing, I'm kind of blending more realism techniques with cartoons. I think it gives a nice effect. Really, my only intent with all of these Pokemon pictures, perspective-wise, is just them looking like something someone saw. I don't want it to look like a picture. I don't want it to look like a poster. I want it to look like someone was walking down the street going Sheba doobie doobie boo boo boo. No, they were walking down the street and they saw something cool they took a photo, whether it be the Machop one, the Gyarados one. That one was more of an awe-inspiring moment type thing. My point is, I want like the perspective I'm going for of the observer of you is immersion. I want the viewer to feel immersed. I'm not happy with some of this color, so I'm gonna go touch this up a bit. And then I don't really have a color for that, so I gotta dig one out real quick. Maybe like a nice orchard. Magenta. Let's see how magenta looks. No, not purpley enough. I need like plum. That's what I want. Ooh, here's something. What do we got here? Raspberry. Raspberry? How do you say it? I say raspberry. I think that'll work. There we go. I like what I did with those dots too, so I'm just gonna make them a little more messy. Okay, back to our sidewalks. Just doing little tight circles with the broad flat part so I can kind of just blend it all together. And I'm trying to make it wrap kind of right here, because when you go to a sidewalk, it's not flat. It's like, you know, it's got the little perforations. So, I definitely want to try to mimic that shape in my drawing. This is actually shadow right here. All I do is I'm just going to keep going down and extending it out little by little until it looks about like what I want. And then I'll just shore up the inside a bit. And that's about how I want my sidewalk. I want to test the bubblegum. I really want the bubblegum. So what does bubblegum look like on a sidewalk? It usually looks black to me. Like a little black wad someone stepped on. What I'm doing is I'm trying to do like this section to completion, really. And then I'm going to go and kind of copy it with the others. What I'm trying to do is make like, you know, you see little like perforations, you see gritty spots, so I'm just trying to be random with it, really. I think that looks good. That looks gritty. That looks like a city sidewalk to me. So let's try to repeat this a bit, huh? Start right here. Right here. Yeah. If we go over here a bit. When it comes to times like doing the shadow there, I'm going to try to do the sidewalk around it, then the shadow. Because the shadow will set on the sidewalk more that way and not the other way around. See what I mean when I get there. The part it started with was not as flat as what we had before. And it's looking more liney. So what I want to do is I want to tighten up my circles. Smaller circles. and just slowly move it out like we did before. Get that grimy look we want. And I kind of like, I want to try to repeat some of the stuff I'm seeing on this one. You know, I made fun of this not being exciting, but this is actually like really, really exciting to me. You know, when I grew up, first, the internet had a sound. I love explaining that to young people now and them looking confused. But you used to watch things load like, and it feels like that kind of. You know, it's slowly watching it come into peace. This is kind of why I'm doing this now before starting on the background. Because the background's going to be so exciting. I'm really not going to want to come here after that. I mean, like right now, I'm super into this. Sidewalk. I want it to be the best darn sidewalk ever. Notice he's got a little white on his fingers, so I'm just going to touch that up real quick. And that's why I like using multiple mediums, because they attach to the paper different ways, and you can kind of fill in where the other one doesn't. And they add together to the human eye, because we can only focus so much. You know, huh? I don't know, I'm being confrontational, I'm sorry. There we go. So I want this side to look like that, so. That looks really good to me right now. And I'm on a shadowing kick, so I'm going to try to finish shadowing them, and then I'm going to go add all the textures kind of like as a final bit. Oh, it sounds like my neighbor's dog's getting in a fight. Okay. Okay, I wish I could be listening to some Glorb right now. You know, maybe you have some music on. And I'm just a visual, you don't even hear me right now. I think two kind of people are going to like these videos, really. Is first, people who like art, like watching it be drawn, either because you yourself are an artist, or you just enjoy it, you find it tranquil. And then the people who just want something on. Like, oh yeah, Pokemon being drawn. Hopefully I just don't drive you guys off with my annoying speech patterns. Am I really worse than those dogs out there right now? Those aren't even the dogs that were fighting. They're like a mile the other way. They're like, we heard something. They're all tweeting about it. No, they felt embarrassed by that one. They shut up. That one said something anti-Semitic. And then kicked off the dog Twitter. I mean, personally, in my opinion, like, people are like, X sounds like a porn site. No one's going to call it X, Elon. Failed rebranding, but Twitter already wasn't a porn site. Everything I find on there, it's either, like, horrible, or it's porn, or it's horrible porn. I've never seen anything good on there. Like, what Christians think of LA in movies, like, you know, when they have, like, the religious fundamentalist who's like, that is hell in a handbasket. That's pretty much like Twitter. I got that good, but I kind of forgot to go touch up my can. My can should have some extra darkness to it. There we go. And now, we'll just finish up around our book a bit. Oh yeah, I'm liking this, bro. So I'm just gonna do a really... I'm laying it down practically. I'm just doing some swipes over them. Give it kind of some randomness. I'm gonna do that to this one before I even get started on it. Okay. Part of me wants to sharpen it, but I'm afraid of not being able to get like the groove back. So what I'm doing is I'm flipping it around to get a sharp part to get up on those in those areas. And it's flattening it down to where I need it quickly. Then as I work out, I can smooth it. There we go. I like how in anime there's always like some kid like Naruto or Ash who's just like, I'm gonna be the #1 blah 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 blah, and then they don't know shit about it. Like in my experience, when a kid wants to be something, they know everything about it, and you can't get them to shut up about it. But fucking like Ash didn't even know how to catch, like he didn't know anything. And again, he's supposed to be stupid, so like you can learn with him, but. Now, you know, as a kid, he was stupid. He was just, Okay. I want to get this grout a bit more again. Especially on this side. I don't have any on this side. There we go. Now, we'll do like our chewing gums. Trying to make it look like two of them together, you know. Okay, I think that's enough chewing gum. First thing, I don't get people that leave chewing gum. I mean, like, I'm not a gum person to begin with. But, like, you stick it on your tables and stuff, and it's like, bro, did you really need gum that much? And if you really needed it that much, like, did you really be cloned someday from your gum? Remember that chick that took, like, cigarette butts and she reconstructed people's faces with it? Based off the DNA that was left on there? I wonder if that was bullshit. I really looked into it. I was like, oh, that's cool. It seems feasible based off what I know about genetics. These are always the things that bother me because they're supposed to be like random. So trying to make them not look like a pattern, trying to make them look random. That's like the Kin Sugimura art. I've talked about the white highlights like where to leave stuff out. I struggle with that, like not painting it. It's like I do better going and adding it later. I just, like I went back to my original one. Well, that's kind of good because it'll blend. I want them all to have some consistency. You know, so I try to do a different grain when I shadowed them each because I want them to look the visual. So I think that sidewalk's actually about where it looks. I mean, it doesn't look good. It looks nasty. It looks like a sidewalk, but I think it looks as good as the sidewalk's going to look. And the Moo Moo Milks really stand out more now, which I like. So we can finally start on the background. So I'm going to put actually my color pencils up for a minute. They'll mostly be on top. Now again, I like to have all mine pointed up, same way in the box. Makes it easier to find them. Makes it easier not to get your stuff messed up. So, let's look at this now. Okay, so what was my problem with this before? What was making me nervous? It was that I did this part in ink. And I really like how that looks, kind of. Kind of and kind of not. So what my plan was, first with better markers, but I'm going to kind of actually recreate how I did this to give it a messier look. And I'm going to draw in the parts I need. So first, I'm going to pencil everything in. And then once I pencil it in, I'm going to erase some stuff as I'm doing it, as I'm inking it. And other things are going to get inked over. And the first thing we're going to start with is the Pokey logo and the Gyarados tail. So let me grab my pencil, my trusted pencil, my last pencil. This isn't exact, like one for one, like really to give me more of an idea. I'm still also debating whether to turn the Gyarados tail around so the belly's on this side and the spikes are coming out that way. But the thing is now, like, to me it looks like he flung his tail and he's about to, like, swoop it down and take off. The other way, like, it's kind of like he curled in, like he just did a swoop. I don't know. I like it this way because it's kind of curling, like it's sticking out, like, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Now, a lot of people, like, if you're worried about touching your art, which I'm a little bit, get a clean, fresh piece of paper, put it over that bad boy. Like right now, I'm down on it, I'm breathing. That'll actually help you not, just don't move it around too much on there. But it will really help you get in there more. You saw I did this before. You know I can do it. Just a little nervous. I'm messing up a bit. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to erase it all. No, I'm going to erase this. I'm going to shore up this K. And I'm just going to do a circle for the E. There's going to be one line, obviously. There we go. Okay. I'm going to put this to the side now because it's making me more nervous. So as you can see, I'm a little bit off from my model. But I did want to crunch it up a bit. I thought they were too spaced apart. Just need to make a circle right now. It's going to save me. Oh, I hate this. This I'm drawing the number 8. There. I like that. Okay. Oh, that was stressful. Alright, let's get the fish, I guess, outlined a bit. Drowsy. Side duck. Okay. Oh, man. I'm not looking forward to this Gyarados tail. There we go. I like that. I'll probably Make it break out of the border like in Sarah's piece. Makes them a little more merged. Definitely gonna look at a Gyarados before settling on this. Anything else gonna be like swishes and shit. I'm gonna do that later. I might just have it about. I am going to work on my Magikarps a bit. And then, alright, so I'm going to work on my Magikarps a bit and see where that gets us. So it's looking like I'm about at the 40-minute mark. And I do not make the majority of my videos 40 minutes out of happenstance, is because that's usually the amount of time I have. So I will be probably wrapping this one up soon, but I want to feel finite. So I'm going to try to get my fish done. So when we get on here next time, we can just immediately start on the Gyarados. Even though we already have him out, just making him look better than he is. Now, Magikarp is one of my favorite Pokemon, because the whole, how you get them. You know, you really gotta work for it to get this powerful beast. And kind of in this one, like, a lot of these Pokemon I use, I mean, I could put in Shedinja or Feraligatr or Granbull or something, but if you notice, these Pokemon are actually forward, and they do reflect my personality, but the rear ones are actually the ones that are part of the logo. I thought that was kind of funny. So it's like they're excluded, but they're included. And then the ones that are excluding, I don't know. It's just funny to me. You know, I actually, I found one of those Mandalore effects. No, wait, the Mandalore is when you remember something in Star Wars, but Disney changed it. No, the Mandela effect. And this one I created, I think. 'Cause I haven't found other people that agree with me too much. So, again, Magikarp, he's one of my favorite Pokemon. You know, so like I've used him a lot. He's been there. He's consistent. I spent a lot of time looking at this fish is what I'm getting at. Well, when I went to paint the one I did recently, the Golden Magikarp, it was at the beginning of one of my videos. Resilience. I'm going to just call that piece Resilience for now on, because that's what it's about. So when I painted Resilience, I noticed Magikarp doesn't have nostrils. And this weirded me out, because I remember him having nostrils like that. Like little line, very distinct little line nostrils. And Gyarados has nostrils. And so first, I found it weird that Magikarp evolves a nose. Maybe that's why he's so pissed off. But, I don't know, it's just weird to me. Like, I remember this fish having freaking nostrils. And I'm going to go look at a Magikarp. Just like the Gyarados before I continue on this piece. Or before I ink it tomorrow. Or whenever I get around to this. Tomorrow, I'm just thinking it's like... It'll mostly be when I have free time from my son again. I don't remember what, but he has something this week. So, you know, inevitably, if I get a moment... That's the thing. I'm really into this. It's like last night I had to walk away, and... Yeah, I really want to see where this is going to turn out. I need to tilt this one more down. Pretty much his whole body just got erased. But I want him more like this. See how that one's like tilted? I want the tail here. There we go. And again, it's like I say, don't be afraid of having to redo something. You know, you already did it once. You're just more capable the second time. So what'll come next out of this is definitely our splashes. Our wave, our swish, our graffiti, and our brickwork. I'm really liking what I got today. I'm sorry, I know these sketching segments don't show up the best on camera, but hey, I mean, look at that sidewalk. Right? I know, I've noticed with the videos, the more colored they are, people really like those, so. Still, I'm really excited to see where this goes. I mean, the frame, I'm going to have to, like, maybe I don't know. I'll figure out when we get there. But until then, I hope to see you back, and stay safe out there.